Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. It's Max Talks Box Office. Today, we're going to break down the box office of this past weekend, which is December 24th to December 26th. We're also going to look at the overall 2021 domestic box office and the worldwide box office in 2021. So my name is Matt Sternberg. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I do this show every single week, including movie reviews, TV show reviews, streaming platform reviews, movie rankings, and this show every single Monday. So please subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when these videos come out. We just have over 100 subscribers. Let's get to 150 as quickly as possible. Share the video with your friends. Comment down below. Let me know what movie or movies did you see at the box office this weekend. And please like the video, the thumbs up button. That's how you support. Let's talk box office. So we had 4 new releases hit theaters this weekend, and all 4 are in the top 5. And now the only film in its opening weekend in top 5 is Spider-Man No Way Home. It is in first place once again at the box office in its second weekend, $84.5 million. It's a 68% drop in its second week, and its domestic total is now up to $470 million. So the records continue to get broken. We'll talk about those records when we look at the domestic and the worldwide box office. But first of all, it does get the normal pandemic second week drop near the 70% mark. Most of all the blockbusters do hit this mark in its second weekend, but because now no major competition was up this weekend, Spider-Man still, even though it dropped 68%, still makes $84 million. So they keep trudging along again because of where it is released. It will not see any real competition maybe for the next month. No new releases coming out this weekend. Then you have like the 355 starting off 2021, Scream, Morbius. So maybe I guess superhero-wise, Morbius would be the next film, which is not until late January. So we got a month. So Spider-Man has a real chance to keep putting up numbers at domestic box office. In second place this weekend, the best new film of the weekend based on box office is Sing 2. $23.7 million in the 3-day weekend. Now, again, Sing did release on Wednesday. Sing, Matrix Resurrections, and Kingsman all released on Wednesday. So when I talk about these movies, I'll talk about the weekend, Friday to Saturday numbers, and then the overall numbers start from Wednesday. So 23.7 for the weekend, and overall starting from Wednesday, $39.4 million. So by far the strongest film from a box office point of view of the 3 films this past weekend, as we continue to see how family movies and superhero films continue to be the 2 biggest audiences that still code the theaters on a consistent basis. We've seen a lot of and Kanto has done Raya and the Last Dragon, Crude's New Age. All of these animated films have been doing really good at the box office family-wise. And then obviously superhero films like Spider-Man, Venom have also done. So Sing 2 continues that trend with a really good cinema score, really good Rotten Tomatoes. So everyone seems to be liking this movie a lot. In third place this weekend, and also Sing 2 was exclusively in theaters, as was Spider-Man. In third place is Matrix Resurrections, $12 million in its opening weekend. And if you look at overall, 22.5 for Matrix Resurrections. Again, this film is also available on HBO Max day and date. So definitely took a hit with the day and date thing. This is the last, as of now, Warner Brothers film, definitely the last Warner Brothers film upcoming that is day and date. So the rest of the Warner Brothers slate as of now is all theaters exclusive. That model did not really help box office wise for any of their movies. Dune, still the highest opening for a HBO Max and in theaters day and date release. So Matrix Resurrections, not a great box office numbers, not awful, but a franchise that people are wondering, is it dead or can they make more? My ranking of the Matrix films will be coming, by the way, very, very soon. Coming in fourth place this weekend is the other major release that came out exclusively in theaters this past Wednesday, and that was The Kingsman, $6.3 million with a $10 million opening. So by far the weakest, again, it is out of all these films. It is rated R. And it is a prequel film with none of the major cast coming back. I'm probably going to see this film this upcoming week, but not good numbers really for The Kingsman. A franchise, again, tough competition this week, obviously, but this is definitely one of the stronger action franchises out there. So the prequel not doing great. And then finishing off the weekend, shockingly, kicking West Side Story out of the top 5 was American Underdog, which is another new movie that came out this weekend. But this film came out on Christmas Day. So it came out on Friday to Sunday, and its opening weekend got $5.8 million. So American Underdog sliding in there, the true story about Kurt Warner, sliding right into the top 5. So 4 of the 5 movies in the top 5 this week are all new releases. So people looking for new content to watch. Let's take a look at the domestic box office. As I said, the records continue to be broken. Spider-Man No Way Home, $470.3 million at the domestic box office, almost 200 million. Yeah, over $200 million up on the number 2 film domestically this year, which was Shang-Chi. No changes to the domestic box office, except Spider-Man just keeps adding on to it. They already were number 1 after just 1 weekend at the box office, but they get to 470 in 2 weeks. So Shang-Chi is at 2, Venom 3, Black Widow 4, F9 is at 5, Eternals is at 6, No Time to Die is at 7, A Quiet Place Part 2 is 8, Free Guy is 9, and Ghostbusters Afterlife is 10. We really shouldn't see any more movement to this overall year. Again, this is the last week on the channel of 2021. Now, next week on the channel, even though it'll be 2022, we are still going to break down the 2021 stats for the final time, because those stats will go away once the new year begins. So we'll break it down next week, but those seem to be the 10 films that will be the top 10 movies domestically on the year. And if you look at worldwide, that was the big news of the weekend. Spider-Man No Way Home is the first $1 billion movie of the year, just passing a Chinese film that's been holding that spot for a very long time. The rest of the top 10 looks as F9 drops to number 5. 5, No Time to Die 4, F9 5, Venom 6, 7, Godzilla vs. Kong 8, Shang-Chi is at number 9, and Eternals is at number 10. So Black Widow is not in the top 10, the only MCU film this year to not be top 10 at the worldwide box office. But Spider-Man crossing $1 billion. It's made $470 here in the United States, and worldwide, it has made $587 million. Now, the reason why that is a staggering stat to even get to $1 billion is because they do not and have not gotten a Chinese release date, which is the second biggest market in the world for moviegoing. As you can see, already in the top 10 this year, 1, 2, 3 of the top 10 movies of the year are Chinese films. So the fact that Spider-Man getting to $1 billion without even getting a Chinese release date is a huge win for Sony and Marvel moving forward. Spider-Man crossing $1 billion. Who would have known if we were in normal times if Spider-Man would get to Endgame-like numbers? It's more being compared to Infinity War numbers, which again is crazy because we're still in a pandemic. But everyone's seeing Spider-Man No Way Home, not just here in the United States, but globally. It's had more money globally, internationally, than it has here domestically. So big wins across the board for Spider-Man No Way Home, breaking all kinds of records. The question is, how much further can it get? We're going to keep breaking down Spider-Man No Way Home until it's really out of theaters, because there's so many fascinating numbers to look at. So over $1 billion worldwide, 470 domestically, and once again, it's number 1. Should be number 1 at the weekend domestic chart for a couple of weeks, moving forward, maybe until Scream comes out, which I don't think is until January 15th. So a couple weeks, maybe more left in the tank for Spider-Man staying number 1 at the domestic box office. So as I said, guys, no new movies are coming out the last week. Again, this upcoming weekend is New Year's, so there's no major releases from theaters this upcoming weekend. With the 355 being the first kind of big movie that's coming out in 2022. That's January 7th. Again, January should be filled up with Scream taking place. January 14th is when Scream is coming out. And then you're ending the month with Morbius hitting theaters January 28th. So those are really the only 3 major movies hitting theaters in January. This is the last week here on the show. I want to thank everyone for joining me on this box office breakdown show every single Monday for the entire year 2021. It really means a lot for you guys. I can't wait to keep doing this show every single Monday in 2022. By the time I talk to you guys next week, it will be January 3rd. Can't wait to break down the box office of the 31st to the 2nd, and looking forward into 2022. So have a great New Year's, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys soon.